I'm just creating this video because of my subscribers request. So if you have any request, don't forget to comment down below. Anyways, this is the VulnNet roster TryHackMe room, and VulnNet Entertainment quickly deployed another management instance on their very broad network. So VulnNet Entertainment just deployed a new instance on their network with the newly hired system administrators. Being a security aware company, they as always hired you to perform a penetration test and see how system administrators are performing. So the difficulty is showing that is easy, and the operating system they are using as Windows, and this is a much simpler mission. Do not overthink, you can do it by following common methodologies. It may take about 6 minutes for this mission to fully boot. You have to start this mission and connect it using OpenVPN and wait some time. Okay, let me connect it using OpenVPN. After that I'll be back. Okay, if everything is working good, then I will start. Okay, so now mic is working good. So yeah, let's start this. Okay, first is to find the user flag. The user flag will be in the desktop user.txt. So that is our aim, right? So what are the things that we can do? We have only the target IP address. We'll be going to use tools like nmap, which is a network mapper tool. I'm just using nmap with -sv and sc, which usually takes a lot of time. So yeah, anyways, I'm just running that out. So you have to connect it using OpenVPN or AttackBox, whatever you prefer. So in this case, I've been using OpenVPN to connect this. So you can just download the configuration of OpenVPN somewhere here in the profile in the manage account. From there, you will have the VPN settings. From there, you will be able to see an option to download the configuration file. You have to download that configuration file and connect using sudo OpenVPN and your downloaded file. Okay, so this scan I think will take a little bit time because we are also performing service version and script scanning. It's saying that it's about 99.94%. So let it run. So in the meantime, I'm just opening a new tab and just performing a basic nmap scan without any flags, which usually comes faster. Okay. So it's running. Yes, this one was come faster, so no issues. You don't need to wait until this finish. So this is the basic scan which revealed multiple open ports. Like we have port 53 domain, port 88 Kerberos, and some other ports, right? So other than that, this has only limited informations. We have some more information from here, right? So this has more information. This also has the version scanning and the script scanning related information. From this scan, we were able to get a information called the domain. So this is important in Active Directory. So you can see it's VulnNet rst.local. So I'm just copying this and saving it in the mousepad because this is much important to save everything that you found or note everything into a notepad or mousepad. So it is highly recommended to do that to avoid confusion in the future or avoid running the tools again in the future. So from here you can see it's basically Windows, and we have the domain name, so which will be available in the version of this 3268, which is a non-default port of LDAP, I think. So LDAP's default port is 389. It's also running on 3268 in this case. Other than that, we also have the 445 Samba SMB, right? 139 and 445 are open. We can use tools like SMB client, like for finding any shares / the target IP. So let me use the target IP in this case. After that, let me use the -L for listing the shares. So after that, I'm just enter. So now I have a lot of share information. We have admin, C, IPC, net logon, sysvol, but the something unusual here is this VulnNet business sharing and VulnNet enterprise sharing. So this is something unusual that I was able to find here. So we have to access those shares, right? So let's use SMB client to access that. So SMB client / IP / the share that you want to access, and just hit enter. As we don't know the password, just hit enter. Now we have access to that particular share and we have some information, right? So 3 files are there, right? So I'll be back in a minute, guys. Let me check everything is good. Okay guys, it's back. Oh, okay, now let's start. So now these are the informations that we have. Let's download all by entering the get command. I think mget command will work, like mget space star. So now just press Y, then everything is downloaded. So now I'm just exiting from this particular share. Now I'm just getting out the business manager text, and let's read this. So Alexa, white hat is our core business manager. All white business related offers, campaigns, etc. Some other informations. I could not find any sensitive information from here, right? So Walnut Entertainment, TryHackMe. So other than that, we also have some other business like sections. So here is the informations. Right. I could not find anything sensitive or anything useful. These based on what we want. Right. So we have to find the user flag, right? So unfortunately, these are something that I don't seems to be useful. So now we also have another share, which is Walnut Business Anonymous that we accessed. So we also have another share called Enterprise Anonymous. Let's access that. Okay, by listing, we seems to be the same files with different names. Let me download all those things. Okay, I think I just downloaded that. Now I'm just getting that out. So enterprise operations. So again, this seems to be the same useless information, I think, for us right now. So again, this doesn't seems to be something that is necessary right now. So you can just read that out, but I personally don't like to read this right now. So these are the informations that we have, like a phone number, some other information. As of now, for our task, this is kind of not important. So we can also use tools like SMB map for -h for the host IP. So here is our IP. Let me copy that properly. Okay, after that -u for the user anonymous. Okay, so it is enumerating the shares, and we were able to see we also have the net logon share, which we don't have an access, and we also have something interesting called the remote IPC. This is a share that is open. So this pretty much means that we can use a net exec tool, right? So we can use AI tools because this is the era of AI, right? So I've been going to use the ChatGPT. You can use Claude or any other AI tools that you would like to use. So what to do? So our aim is to find the users, right? So if this is open, then we can use the net exec tool to enumerate the users. You can also use AI tools like this to understand how it works, what is the purpose of these, and etc other informations. So here in this case, if you give the proper prompt, then you will get what you want. So what to do now to get usernames. So you can see it is understanding our query, and it's saying us some of the tools, but unfortunately what we want was not here. So I'm just talking about net exec tool. So if you log in, then you will get some more information in ChatGPT, right? So I'm not going to deep into ChatGPT right now. I'm going to show you all those things that I know. So anyways, let's use the net exec tool, right? So yeah, net exec. So this is the tool that we are going to use. So once I press enter, you will be able to see a lot of other options of how we can use this tool, right? So if you have any doubts, then how you can use this tool, then you can search online like netexec syntax for getting users. If IPC dollar is accessible. So now I give the better prompt. So now this AI tool will give you more information. So the AI tool thinks that I am in the Windows environment. So I'm not in Windows environment. So I'm using Linux. So this tool also available in Windows. That's why it shows the exe file, right? So for Linux, you also have RPC client, SMB client, some other information. But what we want is not shown here because I think you have to log in into this AI tool to get some more informations. But this is limited here, so I'm not going too deep into it. So you can just you log in and check that out. So anyways, I'm just using this. I'm just showing that how you can use this like netexec, SMB, and because we are targeting SMB, right? So because the ports sorry, in this case the shares are open, and you can see the IPC dollar has some read only permission, so that we were able to find from the SMB map tool. Now what we can do is to enter netexec SMB and the IP address. So let me paste the IP address. So this is our IP address, this is our target IP address, and after that -u for the user. As we don't know the username, we just specify as it is, and -p for the password. Nothing there also. And after that -rid brute for some user informations, for getting informations. Unfortunately we get an error, so in this case we are just giving a username called a, which is a guest or anonymous. So by specifying that, you can see we were able to get some more informations. Look, the A basically here means the guest, and we were able to get some informations like SID tape group and some other information which includes SID tape user. So these are some of the usernames that we have, like glead, jedit, and some other usernames. So here I'm just opening a new mousepad and pasting all the usernames that we discovered, right? So yeah, I'm just copying and pasting that out. So as of now, SID tape users are these 5 of them. So I'm just oh my god, pasting all here. Okay, let me eliminate the single quote. After that, I'm just saving this as a users.txt. Okay, it was saved successfully. Now what we are going to do is to use the tool called the get np users.py. So in this case, we have to find the location of this tool. You can use commands like locate, get np users .py. So you can see I was able to get the location of where these files are located. So right, so you can see the location now. We are just moving to this location, not to open the file right now. We are just moving to this particular location. I'm just copying that. Okay, I'm just moving to that particular location. In the location, you have a wide variety of tools available for our Active Directory environment. So here we are using the get np users.py to extract the ASRP hashes. Okay, so we can use the Python 3 command for get. Okay, this spelled wrong. np users.py. So once I entered this, I was able to see some of how we can just use this tool. Like you have to put the domain, username, colon, password. As we don't know the username and the password, you have to find the username using this tool. So for that, what we are going to use is the tool, right? Get np users.py. After that, the domain name. We know the domain name, right? So which will be here. So that's why it is highly recommended to save everything that you get in a text file, because it is really essential, and we don't know the username and we don't know the password. So for that, you will using the users file. So -users file. Here we have a list of user files which will be available in our Kali location, which will be in the home Kali. So we have the users.txt. So here we also does not know the password, right? So we are specifying the -no pass, and we also have the IP address, right? So -DC IP and the target IP address in this case. So let me copy that and paste it here. That's it. Now just press enter. So now we were able to get some informations, like we have a hash of a user called the tskid, right? So we have the hash. Now you can use various tools like John or hashget to crack this hash to find the password. So in this case, I'm using the John, and I'm also showing you how you can use this in hashget also, because as a pen tester, you have to know everything, because you are not watching this video to solve this challenge, but also to gain something newer. Okay, so I'm just saving this and naming this as hash.txt. First, let's use the John tool. So I'm just moving here, and let's use the John. --word list. Here I'm specifying the rocky.txt word list, which will be available in the user share word list rocky.txt, and the hash. Okay, this is how you basically use these, and it started and it was able to crack, and this is the password. Other than that, we can use tools like hashcat. Let's search for hashcat examples. I think so. Here in the example hashes, you have to put your hashes, hash some contents like up to this. So by searching that, I was able to see the mode. It's 18200. So you have to find that mode from here. After that, let's use the hashcat tool and -a for 0 attack mode. So after that, you also have to use the mode -m for the mode, and okay, it's 18200, and I'm just specifying the hash.txt. After that, I'm just specifying the user share word list rocket.txt, the word list to crack this password. Okay, this is how you can use the hashcat for finding this, and as you can see, it was cracked and the password is here. So this is how you can just use the hashcat for this purpose, guys. So let me check everything is good, because sometimes everything will be gone off, might not working. That might be a little irritating for me to create the contents again and again. So yeah, that's why I keep checking. Sorry for that. Okay, so now we have the password and the username, guys. So we have some information. So these are the informations that we have. Now we have the password of the user. The username will be available in the hash. I think here it is, the T skill, right? Okay, now we have the user and the password. Now let's use the SMB client tool or SMB map. So let's use the SMB map, and with the username and password that we discovered. So here is our username. So let me copy paste it here, and -p for the password. Okay, that's it. So now you can see it was able to get some more information. Previously, the net logon is something that we don't have access to, but now we have access to the net logon, right? So what we can do is to access that share using the SMB client, the IP. So let me enter that and change this into net logon. Now we have some username and password, right? So -U for specifying that. So we have to specify the username, so which will be this, and percentage password, so we should be this. Okay, now just pressing enter. Now we get access to this particular share. In that share, we also have the we have the file called reset. So I'm just downloading that file. So now just getting that VBS file. So this is a file like this has some information like string password, string user entity name, and some other information is written there. From this VBS file, we are able to get a entity name and a password. Let's note this out. So using these usernames and password, what we can do. So from this impact examples directory, when I list that, we also have a plenty of tools to for Active Directory environment. For dumping the passwords, we have the secrets dump.py. We have the username and passwords of some NT username and password, right? So now I think we can just use this to dump using the secrets dump.py for dumping password hashes and secrets from Windows systems. So now let's try to use this by entering Python 3 secrets dump.py and press enter. Then you will be able to see how we can use this tool. Like we have the usage available here. Let's use this. Like we have to specify the domain name. Here is our domain name. After that, we have to specify the username and the password. So our username is this, and let me copy that, and colon password. Here it is. After that, and the target IP address, so which will be available here. Just copying that. That's it. Now when I press enter, you can see that it's running. It's dumping the local SAM hashes. Let's wait a little time to see how it works and what are the credentials that we were able to get. Okay guys, now we have some critical information like the administrator's password hash, right? So what we can do with this, so this is the NTLM hash of administrators. So what we can do with it, right? So we can just pretty much perform a pass the hashtag here using tools like the evil binarum. So I'm just opening a new tab, just moving to this directory seems to be good for me. So now I'm just running the evil binarum tool. So this is the tool you can see. Let me check if it has a manual. Okay, I think it doesn't have any manual. Okay, anyways, it's not an issue. So let's use this tool to perform the pass the hash attack. Like let's enter evil binarum, the tool name, and after that we have some other options. So what are the options that we can use here is we have the username, right? So in this case we have some username called administrator, right? So which is a critical user, right? So if you get access to administrator, then you can just pretty much do everything in it, right? So we are just going to use that username. After that we have to specify the password, but unfortunately we don't have any password in for that we'll be using the NT hash of the administrator. So here is the NT hash, just copying that, and by specifying -h I'm just specifying the hash. After that, what are the other things that we need to enter in the evil binarum? Like we have to enter the IP, which is our IP. So -i, which is our target IP address. Let me copy and paste it here. Okay, now we have the evil binarum. Yeah, now we have the shell which is in the administrator's documents, guys. Our first aim is to find the user flag from the desktop user.txt. So let's me move twice back. Okay, when I list that, I have some user called administrator, enterprise, core VM. So we have to find the user flag, which will be not usually in the administrator, which will be in some other users. In this case, I'm just moving to the enterprise core VM user. So let me use the ls command. I just misspelled that. Okay, now here in the desktop, let me check. I think tab is not working. Let me move to the desktop. In the desktop, we have the user flag. As we are now in the PowerShell, we can see cat does works. You can also, if you are in some other shells, like people confused about this. So if you are in using Windows, you have commands like tail for viewing that, right? So and dir for listing, right? You can also use the Linux commands if you are in PowerShell, guys. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, that's an information that I'm just sharing with you. So after that, we have to move to the administrators directory. So I'm just moving back and say that I have the administrator. I'm just moving to the desktop and listing that we have the system.txt. So let me, okay, that's pretty much about it, guys.